I am Vympel from a town between Puebla and Veracruz. This happened about 13 years ago when I was just in middle school. I grew up with my mom and my grandma, both of them keeping the house going on their own, working every day. I never really hung out with guys my age. I was always with older people around 20 or 25 years old. And the environment I started getting into wasn't just anything. There was money, parties, women, and magical things, the kind you just can't miss. I saw those people living without worries. I wanted to feel what they felt, and little by little I started to like that lifestyle. I started to like the power. A priest used to come to the house a lot, a family friend. My folks would invite him over for meals often. Honestly, he always helped the community. I have nothing bad to say about him. Over time, I got closer. He would take me to events, meals, and I never imagined that the priest had connections with such powerful people, really influential people, and even more so at a national level. One day, at a meeting with him, there were two people. One was the plaza boss from Veracruz, and the other was also a plaza boss, but from Puebla. I'm not going to mention names or codes. One of them noticed me and asked who I was. Me? The priest explained the basics to him. That man started talking to me, but he never directly offered me anything bad. He just told me that if I ever needed anything, I should tell the priest, and he would support me. And right around that time at school, I was already having a hard time. I was being bullied, my grades dropped, and honestly, I just didn't want to go anymore. Leaving school was a daily torment until one day I couldn't take it anymore. I went to the priest and asked him to talk to that man. He got me his contact. I spoke with him. And the next day, everything changed. I left school as usual, walking normally, but I had already noticed a red truck in the distance. When the people who used to bother me approached, those guys suddenly came out and picked them up. That's when I realized this wasn't a game anymore. On the way, one of them told me who they were from and asked me what I wanted them to do with those guys. With all the anger I had, I said that this was as far as they would go. That day I saw things I shouldn't have seen. After that, I felt a kind of gratitude and also something else. I told that person that I wanted to serve him not for money, but out of loyalty. He asked me twice if I was sure, and I said yes. I left school. I got more and more involved in that environment. He treated me well, like someone close to him, and over time he put me in charge of his daughter's security. For me, that was something important, and honestly, at that point everything seemed normal to me. I did things that I now understand weren't right, but at that moment, I didn't see it that way. I ended up doing serious things without expecting anything in return. Money never motivated me. It was about loyalty. Until I met the woman who is now my wife, and something changed in me. I started to think differently, and I decided to leave that environment. But before I left, something happened that I will never forget. We were driving on the highway through Espinal, Veracruz, all dirt roads. The boss's daughter was with us in the truck, and suddenly we were ambushed. There wasn't much time to think. I just managed to tell everyone to get ready, and I told the girl not to get out. I promised her that nothing would happen to her. What followed was a shootout that lasted about 20 minutes. I saw some of our people go down, and some from the other side too. But in all that chaos, I focused on getting the boss's daughter out. And we did it. When we arrived, she told him everything. He looked at me and told me to ask for whatever I wanted. It didn't matter what it was because he would always be grateful. And I only asked him for one thing. He gave me my freedom that very day, and since then I left. Today I live in another country, peacefully with my family, doing things right. I can't say the same about him because sometime later he was taken out. And sometimes I think about all that, about how one decision can completely change your life. If you're facing something similar or feel you're getting involved in something you shouldn't, think carefully, because there are paths that seem easy at first, but getting out of them isn't always just as simple.